This is the African savannas, which is a unique and diverse biome characterized by vast open and grassland with scattered trees and shrubs. Here is detailed description about the African savanna. About the geography and the climate of the African savannas. Location: the African savanna spans several countries including Kenya, Tanzania, Botswana, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. Notable regions include the Serengeti, Maasai Mara, and the Kalahari. The savannas experience distinct wet and dry seasons. The wet seasons occurs from May to October, bringing lush vegetation and abundant water sources, while the dry season from November to April is marked by sparse rainfall, dry grasses, and the migration of animals in the search of water. Flora and fauna. The vegetation: the savanna is dominated by the grasses such as elephant grass and the Bermuda grass, with scattered Acacia trees and Baobabs and the thorn bushes. This is the view of where the South African savannas or the African savannas live. The plant life is adapted to withstand periodic droughts and grazing by herbivores. Wildlife. The most important thing I really like about this is that all the animals are given a freedom to live where they want and are all given a freedom to do whatever they want, even the biggest space, to avoid the most dangerous animals. The African savanna is a home to an incredible diversity of wildlife, including herbivores. As you know that herbivores are animals like elephants, giraffes, zebras, and wildebeests, and antelopes, and the buffaloes. And the carnivores: the lions and the cheetahs, the leopards and the hyenas, including the birds, ostriches, vultures and the secretary birds, and the various species and the eagles and the storks. The insects, the termites and the ants and various butterflies and beetles. The ecosystem and the dynamics. The predator-prey relationships. The savanna's ecosystem is defined by the interactions between predators and the prey. Large herbivores graze on the grasses while the predators such as lions and cheetahs hunt their herbivores for a living. We know that that's how the lions live. They want to eat another animal so that they can keep on surviving. They don't judge. Here again, we spot one of the most famous animal, which is known as Kasongo. But here I can't call him Kasongo. I can call him, he has another name, but I can't say it right now because I just don't know how to call it. Now let's talk about the migration in there. One of the most spectacular events in the savanna is the annual migration and the wildebeests and the zebras across the Serengeti and the Maasai Mara. This migration is driven by the search for fresh grazing land and water. What do I mean by that? We mean some of the animals like Kasongo, as you can see him grazing and doing everything, he will be grazing like this until the Greenland is finished. So immediately when the place gets to experience a drought, some animals like herbivores, carnivores they'll get to live and find a place where they can find a greenland, more grass, rain, and again the rivers, so that they can get to live better. And this is all about the African savanna. And again, we have just some few minutes to migrate and talk about the food that the South African savanna or African savanna might bring to you as a tourist from any continent. The first thing, these are the food which are served by the street vendors, which is barbecue turned from chicken. And again, this is the most traditional Moroccan chicken, which is served by the people who are likely to be found in Morocco. You know that in South Africa, we don't just peel the whole tomato and put it into a plate like that. I don't even know if it's a plate or it's a pot, but you can see this is not South Africa. So now let's go and talk about the cost to travel from South Africa straight to Morocco. And then this will charge you 3,520 rands if you use air. When you use road to visit the Morocco or Kenya to see some African savannas, it will cost you 14,640 rands. And this is the price which is calculated only if you use a transport or a public transport. Let me just not say a public transport, but the transport which can take you here in South Africa to Kenya to see some African savannas. This is Busy Travelers. Please show me some love by telling me exactly what kind of a place are you liking from the Kenya place. And again, don't forget to subscribe and like.